Welcome back to Digital Discovery World. Today's the day. The first World Cup semifinal is here. France versus Spain in Dallas. And let me tell you, the atmosphere is just electric. And the stakes? They literally couldn't be higher. And this isn't just any matchup. This is FIFA's #1 ranked team going head-to-head against #2, the two pre-tournament favorites. It's incredibly rare to see this happen so early, right? Usually the top dogs are seeded to avoid each other until the absolute end. But because of how things unfolded, here we are. Whichever way you slice it, you're looking at the two best teams left in the competition. It's basically an undisputed heavyweight title fight, just happening one round early. The iron walls, defensive dominance. Let's talk numbers, because honestly, these two teams are just eerily even when it comes to stopping their opponents. You know the old saying, championships are built on defense? Well, look at this. France has won every single game they've played this tournament, 6 straight wins, conceding just once the entire way. In Spain, they haven't lost either. They're unbeaten in 6, and they've also been breached only a single time. I mean, think about that. To play over 540 minutes of high-stakes, intense international football and only let one ball hit the back of your net, it's staggering. We're literally watching two iron walls about to collide. The firepower, attacking threats. But hey, a team can't win on defense alone, right? Let's look at what happens when they push forward. 65. That right there is the terrifying number for the Spanish defense today. France's attack is, of course, spearheaded by Kylian Mbappé. He's tied for the tournament's Golden Boot lead with 8 goals. So in practice, Mbappé is finding the back of the net roughly once every 65 minutes he's on the pitch. Statistically speaking, if he plays a full 90 minutes, he's virtually guaranteed to score. It's just wild. On the flip side, Spain approaches this with a completely different philosophy. They aren't relying on just one generational superstar to carry the load. Spain's offense is more like a collective swarm. They're averaging nearly 2 goals a game themselves, but they're doing it with weapons all over the final third. Wingers, central midfielders, overlapping fullbacks. Threats can emerge from anywhere. So it's this ultimate test of France's strict defensive discipline against Spain's fluid, unpredictable creativity. Bad blood in history, recent matchups. Now here's what makes this one really spicy. These two know each other very, very well. So don't expect a cagey, boring semifinal. History says goals are absolutely coming. Just look at this. A year ago, they played a so-called friendly match that turned into a wild 5-4 thriller. 9 goals in one match. Then they met in the Euro 2024 semifinal. Spain won that one 2-1 on their way to becoming European champions. And you better believe the French players remember that sting vividly. And now, today, it escalates to a World Cup semifinal collision. The storylines, redemption, and validation. Because beyond the tactics, there's a massive psychological weight driving both of these historic nations today. This match is absolutely dripping in narrative. For France, their mission is all about redemption. They want to prove that the heartbreak of losing the 2022 final on penalties to Argentina is finally behind them. They've got a massive chip on their shoulder. For Spain, it's about validation. It's about doing what they did at the Euros, replicating that victory against France, but doing it on the absolute biggest stage there is, the World Cup itself. And if you're wondering how tight this really is, well, the odds makers have this one basically as a coin flip. France is a very slight favorite to win in regulation, but we're talking incredibly fine margins here. The markets view this as two teams separated by inches, not class. A lucky bounce, a moment of individual brilliance, or one defensive lapse. That's what's going to decide this. So whoever wins this walks away with the ultimate prize, a ticket to the World Cup final on July 19th at MetLife Stadium. That's the prize tonight. That's the pulse for today. Kickoff is 3 p.m. Eastern from AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Which leaves us with this one lingering question. With the top 2 teams in the world colliding at the absolute peak of their powers, does this explosive semifinal have ultimate final material written all over it? Get ready because this one is going to be historic. This has been Digital Discovery World. Catch you in the next one.